If you have watched any of these videos, you probably think that I didn't have any chance of getting a girlfriend back in high school. But there was one time when I actually came close to being in a relationship. And yes, I knew in my crushes and relationships video, I talked about how getting into a relationship with any of my crush back in high school was never an option. But the fact is, there were two of them that I really wanted to get into a relationship with. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of them and how my feelings for her almost made me lose my best friend. So back in high school, during the third term of 10th grade, I had a crush on one of the prettiest girl in my class. Now this girl was very pretty, and someone made a statement back then that the older we grow, the uglier we become. Now if that statement was true, this girl literally destroyed it. Her name was Olivia. She was a very friendly and supportive person. I liked her because she was pretty. I mean, that was the main reason why I liked any girl back in high school. But back then, I had an issue with communicating with my crush. I mean, I could talk for hours on social media, but when it came down to face-to-face conversations, it usually felt like I forgot my vocabulary. And yes, I know that might sound a bit exaggerated, but it was true. But when it came to Olivia, I could talk smoothly without having any anxiety issues. And because this was the first time things were going in my favor with the girl I liked, it became an obsession. I was always looking for ways to talk to her, and that made my best friend pissed. Now, my best friend Jackson wasn't a bitter person who didn't want to see me happy. He just didn't get why I would give my attention to a girl who didn't show any sign that she liked me. She was just being nice because that was the kind of person she was and still is. And because things were going for me in my own perspective, I turned her niceness into an obsession that just didn't rub well with my best friend. And that put our friendship into a state of crisis. What is friendship? Do we only all do that we claim to love? Is it betrayal that fuels our soul? So back in high school, me and Jackson always went home together immediately after school hours. But on one fateful day, things didn't go as it should have. We were both outside the classroom and Jackson was like,
"Hey bro, let me get my bag so we can go home."
And then I was like, I'm not leaving now. I want to go do something so you can go home without me. Now, Jackson was curious. He wanted to know if there was something important that I needed to do. So he asked.
Okay, so what's the issue?
Then I was like, you see, I want to talk to Olivia, so just go on without me.
What? So you mean that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Well, you're just a piece of crap.
Now, Jackson was pissed about the fact that I have been prioritizing my attraction to Olivia over other important things in my life, and an example would be our friendship. I knew he was pissed, but I didn't care. I just wanted to fulfill my selfish desires. So we each went our separate ways. I on one hand went to look for Olivia, while Jackson on the other hand went back to his class to get his bag. And while he was about to leave, a friend of ours, Irene, said she was going to see him off. So while we were walking out towards the gates, we crossed paths. Now Irene knew that we were both each other's closest friend, so she expected us to, shake hands, fist bump, just anything two good friends would do. But things didn't go as she had anticipated. And instead of acknowledging each other's presence, we just walked past each other like we didn't care. Irene could not believe her eyes. She was concerned, so she asked Jackson if there was an issue between us, and Jackson went on to explain to her everything that had happened. And because she was such a sweetheart, she became the bridge of our reconciliation. Well, if you have stayed up to this point of the video, I just want to say thank you very much. Now, after Jackson had gone home, me and Irene later ran into each other. She told me that Jackson had told her everything that happened, and then she went on to say,
"Look, I know you like Olivia, but Jackson has been your friend for years. You can't just let her come into your life and affect your friendship with Jackson. I mean, I get it, you're trying to woo her, but Jackson was here before her. And if you don't fix the issue you have with him, you'll lose your friendship with him forever. Plus, there was never the guarantee that she's gonna get into a relationship with you. Now, if that happens, you lose your best friend and the girl you really like.
Those words from Irene really touched me. I mean, in our relationship, Jackson was the one who had made most sacrifices, so what I was doing was totally unfair, and I knew I had to apologize. So I took the initiative, and Jackson, being a cool guy, accepted my apology. Since we are at the climax of this video, I just want to say that it's good to have feelings for someone, but you shouldn't always let those feelings affect the relationship you have with others. So if you enjoyed this story, please give this video a like. Also check out my recommended videos, and if you like to watch my next video and future videos, please subscribe and turn on the notifications, and I'll be seeing you all next time on I Am Luka Romotoshi.